And now we're going to play a game, and I have a feeling I'm going to be annoyed by it. But we'll see. Yeah. Damonza, go right ahead.
All right, so we're about to play a new game in honor of the second or the conference final.
Yeah, conference championship weekend.
We're gonna call it Hammer Pass Fade.
Okay.
So I'll give you 3 bets, and you will tell me which one we should absolutely hammer, which we should pass on, and which we should fade and
go against. Okay, good, got it.
So this first one we got is called the exotic hedges. So obviously you have your 50-1 Chiefs 49ers bet. While you're not hedging, there's a few ways to sort of hedge. We got Joe Burrow for Super Bowl MVP at plus 350, Jalen Hurts for Super Bowl MVP at plus 300, or Cincy to beat Philly in the Super Bowl at plus 500.
Okay.
You can't fade them all.
All right. Listen, guys. First, I put those back on the screen. I will give you, I will play along to a degree. If I were going to bet one of these, the hammer would be Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl MVP. The pass would be Joe Burrow, Super Bowl MVP. And the fade going against it would be Cincinnati over Philly, because I don't think Cincinnati, with their offensive line issues, could handle either the Niners or the Eagles come the Super Bowl. However, this is one of the many reasons you don't hedge. I don't hedge because I'm a gambler. But one of the many things people do wrong is think they're hedging and they're not. None of those are effective hedges, guys. So let's just paint this scenario. Okay. What if the Eagles win and the Chiefs win and Mahomes wins the Super Bowl? Now I've lost my 50-1 bet, and I've lost this dumb bet you guys made me do. Those are not effective hedges.
Public defend it.
I'm not public defending your guys' lunacy on not understanding. The way, if I wanted to hedge out of my bet, it's very, very simple. I put a few $1,000s on the Philadelphia Eagles money line, and then if they win, my bet is dead, and I win that few $1,000s. If they lose, I then put $10,000 on the Bengals money line. If they win, my bet is dead, and I've now won, $7-8 grand. And if they lose, now instead of winning 50, I've won like 38 because I lost a couple thousand on the first hedge and the 10,000 on the second hedge. That's the way you would hedge if you wanted to, not by placing exotics where you might lose both. Next.
All right, so this one's called 2 touchdown scores. So Christian McCaffrey for 2 touchdowns is at plus 500. Travis Kelce for 2 touchdowns is at plus 600. Jamar Chase for 2 touchdowns is at plus 650.
All right. I don't love any of these, actually. They're not good enough odds for my purposes. But if I were going to bet one, it'd be Christian McCaffrey. I would pass on Kelce, and I would fade Chase.
That one went exactly how I thought it'd go.
Yeah, if I were going to do it. Now, there is someone I do like as a prop bet to score a couple touchdowns. McKinnon.
Yeah.
But he wasn't listed there, but go right ahead.
All right, so we call this one all goes right. If you have a huge day Sunday, it's because at least one of these things happened. Pick one to hammer. Mahomes over 350 passing yards at plus 500. McKinnon for 2+ touchdowns at plus 1,300. Eagles team total under 23.5 at plus 100.
Okay, so the McKinnon 13-1 for 2 touchdowns. It would be the one that I would be hammering. Not because it's the most likely, it's 13-1, but I think there's the most value there. I don't mind the Mahomes over 350 passing yards, but the thing is this. Mahomes throwing for 350 says it's a back and forth, highly, tightly contested game. Mahomes got to throw a lot, or the Chiefs are losing by a lot.
Right.
I don't think either one of those things is going to happen. So I would pass on that. And I would fade, if I had to, the Eagles team total under, because I think that Eagles-Niners game might be high scoring. I don't love that one, but that's where I would be on it.
Yeah, the way you're talking about this Chiefs-Cincinnati game is crazy. Like how you don't think it's going to be a back-and-forth game. Do you not know the history between these two teams?
I know the Chiefs were up by 14 points at the end of the season last year, and Cincinnati came back and won. I know the Chiefs were up by 18 points in the AFC Championship game. Mahomes short-circuited, and the Bengals came back and won. Did I say the Chiefs came back and won the first time? The Bengals won all of them, obviously. And I know the Chiefs were up by 7 in the game in Cincinnati, and the Bengals came back and won. I also know the Bengals are calling Arrowhead Burrowhead. Joe Mixon's talking all that trash. Eli Apple's talking all that trash. And the Chiefs have the greatest player in the history of the sport at home, and he's never lost. He has lost 3 playoff games ever. 1 with 5 backup offensive linemen to the Bucs in the Super Bowl, and 2 AFC Championship games in overtime.
I think you're just riding on the fact that they got that offensive line all banged up. I think that's what you're.
Well, the reason Mahomes doesn't have 2 rings is because of offensive line injuries. That stuff matters. Next.
All right, this was the highest scoring team on Sunday. We'll leave out Cincinnati because we know you're not taking that one. Eagles plus 230, Chiefs plus 310, the Niners at plus 400.
I would hammer the Chiefs. I would consider betting the Niners, but I'll pass on it, and I'll fade the Eagles. Okay. The Eagles can't be the highest scoring team if I think they're losing. That would be a hard one. All right, next.
All right, crazy odds. Non-quarterback to throw a pass in either game, plus 1,500. McCaffrey first touchdown and 49ers to win, plus 900.
Hold on. That non-quarterback to throw, that's not to throw a passing touchdown. That's just to throw a pass.
I was thinking that.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
And then Damonza to hit any parlay, plus 150,000.
All right. I like the McCaffrey bet.
Whether to hammer on.
I like the McCaffrey bet. McCaffrey first touchdown, Niners to win.
Yep.
So there is a great Super Bowl bet that you'll enjoy, Damonza, which is over under 2.5 people to throw a pass. So that means non-quarterback or backup
one other person to throw the
right, but so that can be because of a trick play or there's a quarterback injury and a guy comes in. But I would hammer McCaffrey. I would pass on Damonza hitting the parlay.
Thanks.
I'm not fading it. I'm just passing on it. And I am going to fade the non-quarterback throw a pass because the Chiefs never have non-quarterbacks throw passes. Never. And the other teams are going to ride with their quarterbacks. And the Niners, Debo and Ayuk would be the guys, and they don't throw passes. These aren't the teams to do it. In the Super Bowl, that's a fun bet to make. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.